It has the. It does
Oh,
the,
what is that?
I actually have
Hold
no
on.
I don't know what
idea.
that is.
Welcome to Watch Mojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 20 creepiest things found in the ocean.
Researchers at Florida Fish and Wildlife say the softball-sized eyeball is likely from a swordfish.
The San Jose went down during battle in 1708 off the coast of Colombia with millions of pieces of gold, silver, and jewels on board.
There it is. Wow. The iconic structure of oceanography.
Looks like a little beehive up there,
It
huh?
does, doesn't it?
For this list, we're looking at those discoveries that make the ocean such a wonderful but terrifying place. What's the weirdest thing you've ever found in the ocean? Let us know in the comments. Number 20. 87 World War II mortars found at Calshot Beach. When visiting the beach, people are usually wary of jellyfish and maybe the occasional broken bottle, but nobody ever expects to find bombs. In 2011, Calshot Beach became the site of a shocking discovery, as 87 World War II mortars made their presence known. The Royal Navy came in to handle the explosives, with an expert remarking how unusual it is to discover so many. The ocean hides its secrets well. Someone could be enjoying a lovely day at the beach, completely oblivious to the fact that dozens of mortars are submerged close by. Number 19. The Indian Lost City near Mahabalipuram. In late 2004, the Boxing Day tsunami hit the Indian Ocean, including the Mahabalipuram port city in Tamil Nadu. As the sea line pulled back, eyewitnesses spoke of underwater buildings that temporarily appeared, a claim strengthened by the fact the tsunami unearthed various relics on the shore. In due time, an explorative team managed to back up these eyewitness accounts, although the building remnants were naturally quite damaged. Myth has it that Mahabalipuram once had 7 temples, with only one building remaining on dry land. Regardless of what the truth might be, the power of the ocean to wipe parts of civilization off the map and perhaps even history is frightening. Number 18. The Ice Finger of Death. Certain phenomena happen in such specific circumstances and difficult-to-reach locations that they're rarely seen directly. Occurring in the ice-cold polar regions, brinicles are the result of brine escaping from sea ice into the ocean. As the brine makes its way to the ocean bed, it freezes the seawater along the way, leaving a frozen finger of death in its wake. The death part refers to the sea creatures who cannot quite react quickly enough to get out of the ice's way. Like the ocean itself, this phenomenon can be both beautiful and dangerous. Number 17. Train wreck under the sea. For this entry's look into the creepy objects that await us in the abyss of the ocean, we have a locomotive graveyard located off the coast of New Jersey. Divers and archaeologists discovered 2 rare locomotives under 90 feet of water in 1985. Making this even more strange is the fact that these trains are from the 1850s. Exactly how the locomotives got there is still up for debate. Researchers believe that a storm was the cause of their disappearance when they were being transported on a barge from Boston. There are hopes to resurface and restore the 2 trains, but as things stand, no concrete plans are in place to lift these 15-ton behemoths up from their ocean graveyard. For now, they make for quite the creepy diving landmark. Number 16. The SS Thistlegorm. Sunken ships litter the ocean floor. While Mother Nature has played a part in many disasters, plenty of ships have met their ends through warfare. In 1941, the SS Thistlegorm went down in the Red Sea after being subjected to a military onslaught. After a 15-year wait, Jacques Cousteau discovered the steamship's wreckage. While the explorer and his team salvaged a few items, most of the cargo can be found memorialized in the ocean. Photos of the SS Thistlegorm wreckage are haunting, a reflection of the fact that the ship went down during one of humanity's darkest eras. Number 15. A village from the Stone Age. The next stop on our journey under the waves takes us to an ancient Neolithic village. Submerged under the Mediterranean Sea, the new Stone Age settlement known as Atlit Yam is located off the coast of Atlit, Israel. Carbon dated somewhere between 8,900 and 8,300 years old, this once populated place gives off some really spooky vibes. It's believed that a volcano that triggered a tsunami in nearby cities is what also led to the sudden desertion of the inhabitants of this society. As well, there is some research pointing to rising sea levels at the time as to the cause of Atlit Yam's demise. Adding to its eeriness are unearthed skeletons and burial sites.
You see, the village is 40,000 square meters. This information was gathered after 25 years of exposure.
Archaeologists have also found piles of fish ready to trade that were quickly abandoned, making scientists believe Atlit Yam had to be abandoned quickly. Number 14. Sunken City of Cuba or just nature? In 2001, explorers recorded sonar images of unusual stone formations close to the Huayna Peninsula in Cuba. The designs and placements of the structures gave them a human-made aesthetic, one that suggested a long-lost city. Further studies didn't add weight to this theory, as marine geologists estimated the city would have needed to sink during an era when such buildings were not possible. Some speculate the structures are remnants of a submerged island, while others believe it's just nature throwing humanity a curveball. Either way, the ocean has probably taken the truth down with it. Number 13. Black smokestacks. For this creepy item, we'll have to take a deep dive under the waters off the coast of the Galapagos Islands.
There it is. Wow. The iconic structure of oceanography.
Looks like a little beehive up there, huh?
It does, doesn't it?
Giant hydrothermal vents that spew black smoke were first discovered here in 1976. These black smokers, which can reach sizes of almost 200 feet, are found between 8,200 to 9,800 feet under the sea.
Black smokers on the sea floor bring up valuable raw materials from inside the earth. Their meter-high vents seem to give off clouds of smoke like underwater industrial chimneys.
When superheated water from below the Earth's crust meets the cold ocean water, the ominous black smoke is formed. The superheated water can reach temperatures as high as 752 degrees Fahrenheit. These vents also host various types of sea life, such as aquatic snails, shrimp, and giant tube worms, which survive off bacteria that use the minerals found within the water from the smoke clouds. Number 12. The Ghost Fleet of Truk Lagoon. Located off the coast of Truk Lagoon, an area previously called Truk Atoll, is a watery graveyard littered with sunken military ships, planes, vehicles, and more. That's because this area, which is found northeast of New Guinea, was the site of Operation Hailstone, a surprise attack against the Japanese fleet during World War II. This air and surface attack saw the sinking of over 40 ships and hundreds of other land and air vehicles. The Ghost Fleet now acts as a tourist attraction for many divers every year, who tell of their experience at Truk Lagoon by sharing stories of towering empty battleships reclaimed by coral and fish. Be warned, human remains have even been found among the wreckage. Number 11. The Baltic Sea Anomaly. When in doubt, blame it on aliens. In 2011, a treasure hunting operation produced sonar images of a seafloor formation with an otherworldly aesthetic. Known as the Baltic Sea Anomaly, the formation sent ripples across the internet due to it bearing a resemblance to the Millennium Falcon from Star Wars. The sonar image's low quality made it difficult to discern most of the formation's details, and geologists were quick to point out that nature can get imaginative with its creations. As exciting as it is to imagine UFOs crash landing into the Baltic Sea, the fact remains that the ocean is still mostly unexplored. What else is just waiting to be discovered? Number 10. Taonis Heraklion. The sea does not discriminate. A major port city in ancient Egypt, Taonis Heraklion consisted of small islands connected through water channels. Historians believe the city was extremely relevant for hundreds of years, although its importance would wane after the 4th century BC. Over nearly 1,000 years, the sea would gradually consume Taonis Heraklion, leaving only ruined temples and other artifacts for researchers to discover.
Would assess that we haven't excavated more than 5% of those two sites in 20 years.
Once upon a time, Taonis Heraklion was a bustling port that played a crucial role in an expansive civilization. Nowadays, only fragments of the city and its legacy remain, the rest washed away by the water. Number 9. The Great Blue Hole. Here we have a giant underwater sinkhole filled with sharks. Dropping down to a gut-wrenching depth of 407 feet, the Great Blue Hole is as terrifying as it is amazing. Jacques Cousteau, the renowned French explorer, ranked the Great Blue Hole as one of the world's top 5 diving destinations after making his own trip there. Divers can find various species of fish, like the midnight parrotfish, swimming around in this massive sinkhole, located off the coast of Belize. Though it is obviously beautiful, an underwater dive into the Great Blue Hole can also be scary thanks to the presence of reef sharks, bull sharks, and hammerhead sharks, which can be seen in its crystal clear waters. Number 8. The Yonaguni Monument. Everything returns to nature in due time. Discovered in the 1980s near Japan's Yonaguni Island, the Yonaguni Monument has divided scientists ever since. Reminiscent of a step pyramid, some geologists have explored the idea that the Yonaguni Monument could be a lost city. even reporting the existence of carvings on some of the surfaces. This explanation is, however, just a theory, as the Yonaguni Monument could also be a natural formation. This element of the unknown is the creepiest part, as the ocean has the power to scrub the traces of humanity from a city, or forge a structure that can pass for human-made. Number 7. The Lost City of Dwarka. The ancient kingdom of Krishna Dwarka was once located in what's now known as modern-day Dwarka in northwest India. Legend has it that Krishna settled and administered his kingdom in this lost city of Dwarka, which was a flourishing port city that's believed to have been lost when it was submerged under the sea.
And this city could be one of the oldest civilizations known to man. They've found some walls and they've found some stuff that carbon dates 32,000 years ago.
Historical records date the ancient city all the way back to 574 AD. However, 20th century archaeological findings of ruins featuring ancient sculptures and pottery have linked them to a city-state that could have existed as early as 1500 BC. Picture and video footage taken from the site are absolutely breathtaking, while the very recognizable stone streets and buildings make for a simultaneously awesome and creepy experience. Number 6. The Spanish galleon San Jose. This story of sunken treasure begins all the way back in 1708 off the coast of Cartagena, Colombia. The enormous Spanish galleon San Jose was part of a treasure fleet. Laden with gold, silver, emeralds, and other gemstones collected from Spain's South American colonies, the San Jose was sunk in battle off the coast of Cartagena.
The San Jose went down during battle in 1708 off the coast of Colombia, with millions of pieces of gold, silver, and jewels on board. The Colombian government says the ship found laying on its side, identified by its unique bronze cannons with engraved dolphins.
Its specific location is now a closely guarded secret due to its estimated value of $17 billion. Along with all the treasure that made its way to the bottom of the ocean, so did all but 11 of its 600-strong crew.
It had everything. The cargo manifest lists gold, silver, precious stones, pearls, all of the wealth and taxes collected over 6 years from Colombia, Panama, and Peru.
Plans are currently being drawn up to retrieve the treasure, but many obstacles still remain.
Dive teams have kept the exact location of the galleon secret for obvious reasons. It was found in 1,000 feet of water during what was very much a high-tech treasure hunt.
Number 5. The Turtle Graveyard. As the ocean is overflowing with life, there naturally has to be just as much death. In a cave near Sipadan Island rests the bones of deceased turtles and even a dolphin, animals who met a grim end after getting lost in the tunnels. The turtle tomb delivers bones and plenty of them, preserving the animal's remains for curious divers. Skeletons are creepy enough on their own, but the horror is enhanced by the visual of a living turtle struggling to escape a cave that is quickly morphing into its coffin. Number 4. The Antikythera mechanism.
If it hadn't been discovered when it was in 1901, no one would possibly believe that it could exist because it's so sophisticated.
Next up, we have a 2,000-year-old analog computer that is shrouded in mystery. In the early 1900s, divers found a corroded, emerald green clock-shaped mechanism at the site of an ancient Roman shipwreck off the coast of Antikythera, an island north of Crete. Believed to have been used to track the paths of the sun, moon, and the planets, the true use of the Antikythera mechanism has left researchers baffled for many years. In 2006, CT scans of the bronze mechanism were published, giving details on what's written on it and what's inside of it. Researchers are still working to decipher its hidden inscriptions and make sense of many of the missing parts.
Some have argued that it's so complex, the Greeks couldn't have made it at all. There are even some who say it must have been created by aliens.
The Antikythera mechanism really goes to show how many surprises are sitting, waiting to be discovered down in the cold, watery depths.
What do they think that is now? It tracks the movements of the planets. It's a navigational device. It's a geared, cogged system that allows you to track the passage of time and figure out where you are. It's some kind of navigational device. It's not fully understood.
Number 3, a giant mysterious eyeball. You are not going to believe your eyes. Or should we say eye when you see this. A single humongous eyeball, about the size of a softball, was found washed up on Pompano Beach in Florida in the early 2010s. At first, many thought the eyeball belonged to a large fish, like a tuna or deep water fish. After some research, it came to be believed that the eye may come from a giant squid. But a later discovery of bones around the eye, as well as more analysis, ruled out the giant squid conclusion.
Researchers at Florida Fish and Wildlife say the softball-sized eyeball is likely from a swordfish.
As of October 2012, researchers are fairly sure that the eye belonged to a massive swordfish. So Florida beachgoers beware, we guess. Number 2, a purple orb. During an expedition near California's Channel Islands, the EV Nautilus team discovered a purple orb that left the explorers stumped.
It has the.
What is that? I actually have
Hold
no
on. I don't know
idea.
what that is.
This shiny sphere was unlike anything these experts had seen before. Even though later studies would suggest it might be some type of sea slug, the purple orb retained an air of mystery to it. The unknown is terrifying, and this purple orb serves as a reminder that only a small fraction of the ocean has been documented.
We might be in an all-out battle here right now.
All right, just zoom in again.
No.
Come on,
I'm
buddy.
almost.
Water makes up more than 70% of the Earth's surface. So there very well could be thousands of purple orbs and other undiscovered things nestled beneath the waves. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1. Jemtchug Canyon. Our journey under the waves now takes us to the Bering Sea in the Pacific Ocean. Jemtchug Canyon is an unimaginably deep hole.
The largest canyon on the planet is the Jemtchug. It's nearly 2 miles deep at its deepest point and 144 miles long and 62 miles wide.
At 8,530 feet deep, Jemtchug is not only the deepest ocean canyon, but it's also over 2,500 feet deeper than the Grand Canyon. Home to countless deepwater marine life species, the submarine canyon is both the stuff of wonders and nightmares.
Even though we don't usually think about it as all being connected, if you lose one element of this very delicate ecosystem, it can really have far-reaching effects.
A handful of researchers have taken submersible crafts into it, but none has yet been able to reach the bottom. Its sheer size adds numerous complications that have made its exploration a difficult task to this day. It'll most likely take many dives into its dark depths before Jemtchug Canyon is fully explored. And who knows who or what is down there?
You're in the largest canyon in the world and no one's ever been there before. There's so little known about this area that we're going to see species that we didn't know existed.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.